Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
Welcome back to Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. I'm your host, Joe Goodberry, and this is episode 200. Fireworks and explosions and celebration stuff. No, it is cool. Shout out to First Star for giving me a place now to do this. 3 seasons. This is my 3rd season with First Star on the First Star Media YouTube page. So make sure you hit that like, hit the subscribe. If you're into film reviews, analysis, talking football, talking Bengals, 17 years, 17th season, talking Bengals football. I've been making content since 2009, I think was the first year I did. Whatever adds up to 17 is the first year I did, because 09 was a cool season. I mean, we had no expectations. Quarterback coming off an injury, rebuilt the offensive line. They found a way to make it to the playoffs. It's worthy to talk about. This current team is worthy to talk about. And not just that, we got a film review today because we're only going to get one before our next game. And then we'll be able to review. We'll have a week off in between before the regular season starts. We'll have time to jump into any of these players that you want. And I asked on the review, not the film review, but the initial reaction episode, the previous one on Tuesday, if you guys wanted to watch the trenches again, because if you watch the last one, it was Dylan Fairchild, Lucas Patrick, Marius Mims, and Fairchild had an even better week this week against the Commanders. Patrick was better than he was the previous week against the Eagles. Mims was better than he was the previous week against the Eagles. And the Commanders had starters out there. So there was reason to watch the trenches again. But it was right after I asked about Jalen Rivers. This guy played 40-something snaps, 50 snaps, I think, in total with special teams. Do you guys want to watch Jalen Rivers? He got inserted for Lucas Patrick, and the Bengals did not sign Dalton Reisner since Tuesday and Friday, or maybe they did by now by the time you're watching this and when I record it. And the overwhelming responses was, we live and die by the trenches, football, baby, all these comments. I read your comments down below. So we are going with Jalen Rivers today because we are one snap away from that 5th round pick starting for the Bengals. And while we were pretty critical during our camp reviews and our week 1 review against the Eagles, I think we're going to be the exact opposite after this game against the Commanders. I thought Jalen Rivers played well. Let's not give it away. Let's dive right into the film because it might be a long one. We got a lot of snaps to cover. After Lucas Patrick went down with an injury, they said not severe, but he had some of his linemen drop into him and fall into his leg at the goal line. Can't remember which play it was exactly, but it was they scored a touchdown on that drive. Chase Brown touchdown. 74 is Jalen Rivers. We've looked at him briefly before when he got beat by his sack. I think that was when we looked at him. Looked at him in camp. But I'm going to let it go here and stop talking and get into the film. Jalen Rivers, number 74, played left tackle, left guard only at Miami. So this is his first time really doing right side stuff this summer. And they're pulling him right away. Right? You can see what the objective is, right? We want to get Fant to this guy. We want to take out this guy. We want Taj Brooks to hit this hole. We want to run for a lot of yards. Sounds great. Let's do that. Doesn't really crush his man, right? We'd like to see him absolutely get that guy out of there. Let's go back just a little bit more. See him come across right there. Good job keeping length from that defender and not really letting, Rivers get to him and bowl him over. Fant didn't get to his man either. So good job by the Commanders defense overall. It's good to see a guy be an athlete, though, and move in space and get out in space and be asked to pull like that. Because the Bengals don't do that too often. Good punch, good initial punch, locking on. Now this guy's going to do an arm over. Do you stay with him? Yep, ball out. Stays latched on. We'll take that out of Rivers. Potential blitz up the middle here with this linebacker. They got to be aware of that. He looks like he's backing out. The other guy's coming, right? Oh, we got a cross dog. Cross dog meaning one linebacker's going to go this way. The other one's going to come around him. Let's see if Karras and Pirine can pick it up. We're going to end up watching a lot of other players. I am going to mention other players while we're here and just to see how they pick it up. And they do. Like if Fairchild gets over there, everyone gets around, everyone picks it up. And we pick up that first down to Charlie Jones. So that was a third down play, wasn't it? That's when you're going to get your creative blitzes from the other team. Rivers didn't end up with anything to do because that side dropped out as the middle blitzed. We've got Drew Sample in the backfield here with Taj Brooks. Again, quick set and punch. One of the things I think with Frank Pollock that annoyed me with the guards is they were setting so close to Joe in previous years. And now this is the beginning of the play, so maybe they'd be like right here. But these guys are up here punching early. We know this ball comes out. Let's not put them into the lap of Joe Burrow right away. And even when they start, so after you have the first punch and you stun him, now this guy wants to go and go with power through Rivers. Rivers is a big dude, and he's got nothing on him. He doesn't move him at all. And you see where I'm talking about, like where they set. Like that is a much nicer pocket than when Pollock had them setting about right here. Like that's just a little too close to Burrow. I like this. I like this distance. I'll take that every time, right? Wouldn't you? But again, for Rivers, good job. He looks so much more comfortable. It's because I don't think he's that agile and that smooth, and you need to be a really good athlete at tackle. All right, flipping it around. So he's facing us. He's going against, is Johnny Newton number 97? Doesn't look like that's his last name. I don't know what number Newton is. Is he 95? He might be 95 right here. Oh, so we got to move right away. Let's go back then. Let's see here. 97 is going to give him a little stutter step, freeze Rivers, and as Rivers throws that punch, you knock that hand down. That's extended by 97. At this point, first phase, I would say 97 is beating Rivers. But let's see Rivers if he can get that hand back out because he's recovered it pretty quickly. He's getting that hand back out in front. Let's see if he can slide his hips over and wash this guy away. And he does. He does just enough to keep that guy from having a free shot on Joe Burrow. Now, maybe a more athletic, maybe an Aaron Donald, you never get that chance, which is why those guys are just a pain in the butt to block. But for a comparable level player, all right, we're run blocking here. And you saw how they both comboed on 97. Then Rivers is going to come up and take number 56. Hopefully we can wash these guys all the way down, and Brooks can cut it right here. The only problem is we're losing on the backside here. Backside blockers are not getting it done. Fairchild was getting held. If you didn't see that, ends up going for nothing. And there is a flag. That's right. We remember this play because it was defensive holding. All right, hurry up, quick snap. We know what play this is then, right? He sets out wider this time, so we're setting out a little bit wider, and 95 is going to try and win back to the inside. But he's got help of Karras, which is good. You saw him take a peek, too, just to make sure. Do I need to help out Amarius here? And I think Amarius Mims is playing well. Like, especially, like, he just looks smooth. He jumps out, hits that guy, stuns him. He's got a handful of jersey in a good way, but his hands are locked in. You're not going anywhere, 91. And that's a beautiful throw. You see that window on that? That is a beautiful, right over the hand of 37 between this defender. He didn't even know the ball landed. He's looking up like, where is it? And then this guy's trying to come across. Yeah, that's a touchdown. That's where it is. He's still confused. He just looked back at the ball. Oh, there it is. And then we've got special teams as well, which I will try to skip forward unless he really messes up. I don't tend to watch them. You know what I will do, though? I will check PFF grades on special teams. And if there's someone really high or really low, I'll end up watching like all four. I'll get like, it'll be a quarterly thing. Like last year, 4 games in, I went back and watched Tyson Anderson and John Meta because they were both grading really well. And I was like, whoo, they are good special teamers. All right, we've got a counter play here. Eyes on Rivers here as the defensive tackle goes inside. So his job is just, I got to get that guy completely out of there if I can, which good call by the defense to bring this guy around. It makes him free and clear. And Brooks does a good job, man. I didn't notice that originally when I watched. But he for having that guy on him like that, he's got to get low, breaks that arm. You see that? That arm just bent back of the Commanders linebacker, and he squirts forward for a few to get him out of the shadow of their own goalpost. All right, we're back here. This time, what was it? A draw play? No. Okay, interesting wrinkle here for the Bengals offense. I thought we had a draw here. First, I thought it was a pass, just the way their first step. And then he's blocking down. 97 thinks it's a run also. Gives you a nice little help there. I just got to keep him. We're booting the quarterback out, rolling him out, I should say. You just got to wash these guys this way, and we're good. And Rivers does that very well. And it's completed to Charlie Jones for the first down. I would like to see more draw runs anyways. So the way that play started, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see them more. I feel like the Commanders did that a couple times too. An outside run. Okay, I'm going to bring it back just a click. Looks like wide zone. So we're reading this guy. He's to the outside. He's winning. We can't go that way. And then we're reading this guy. He's to the outside. We can't go that way. Next cut for you is to try and cut it back here for Taj Brooks. Let's see how quickly that materializes. There he goes. Cut back. Now I can read the next guys. You might be able to just, reading this one's going to be difficult. You might see if you can go that way or see if you can go this way, but you may have peek your eyes on your receivers on the backside and not have much to do there. So let's see. Yeah, that's okay. So he hits the inside and then tries to cut it back. The first option that I thought might be for him. Yep. Zone blocks are fun to grade, I would say, or have an opinion on sometimes for offensive linemen, because it's not so much a win and a loss. A lot of times it's just leverage and positioning. And if you can do it quick enough to let your running back read it clearly and cut off of you. So there we got a draw play. Okay, what am I talking about? We got draws here. And Rivers really, he's going with this guy here. I like the way he really ducked his head and generated power to blow this guy inside. Yeah. You got a lot of space there when you do that. Good initial pop by Rivers. He's got to stay with some of these blocks, I think, a little bit longer so far, through the evaluation here. But largely, I think he does not look nearly as bad as he did at tackle. Okay, we've got a little hand battle here. Let's see the hand battle. We're going to punch. Nope, we're just hold it out there. Oh, and he knocks the hand away, the defensive tackle. And then, okay, we don't want to get overextended like this. This is what's getting him beat at tackle. But let's see how he finishes this play then. He's just locked in. That guy's not getting off him. Those hands are strong. And he had strong hands. I thought he had good technique and strong hands at Miami, but wasn't the most athletic dude. So this makes sense to see this carry over. He's just less exposed at guard than he is tackle for sure. We got a push-pull from the defensive tackle. He wants to get under you like there and then yank it away to see if he can swim, and he gets nothing on Rivers. Absolutely zero. No push, no pull. You got neither of them. Browning changing the play at the line there. Oh, this is a tough block, huh? We actually got cut blocks, man. I haven't seen cut blocks in so long. If this is an outside zone run, and everyone's blocking this way, then Rivers has to get to 97. He wants to chop him, and he wants to chop him. So legally, of course, it's not an easy block. You see how he reaches his arm out there to make sure he stays out in front, do the best he can. 79's giving it everything too. It's tough, man. Did just enough. You don't want to hit him right in the knee, in my opinion. Just health-wise. But that's how this play. Okay, this is the cutback play. Right. I remember now. Everyone's doing their job. They're blocking better on this than when Joe Burrow was running around back there. But this time it was a bunch of receivers and 79 at right tackle. Oh, that's right. Jackson Kirkland did play left tackle because they were down so many tackles. Play action, moving pocket, eyes up. He's watching. And we got a deep ball. This should have been completed, man. That's a bad throw by Browning. Browning had a couple of nice throws. Much better game this week than it was week 1 versus the Eagles. But still, for he had like 5 good throws, and he had 5 where I'm like, yeah, that's just a bad miss. Man, Taj Brooks runs tough. No doubt about it. Let's see Rivers here. Okay, right there. Is he going to get this linebacker? Is that Duke Riley? Handles him, does his job. He almost lost his rep here. I want to see what happened. Right there where the guy grabs him. Oh, he just yanked him down. Again, I think you can get him off balance a little bit. Those arms are flailing there. It still might be his weakness. I mean, guys get a little bit more athletic into year 2 and 3 when they get in better NFL shape and get into an NFL regimen. So, there's hope for that. But yeah, he looks stiff at times still. And when guys are that stiff, I want them to be like super powerful, right? That off balances a little bit. Bobby Williams wasn't the most athletic dude, but he was powerful as hell. I don't think Andrew Ream's very good at center. So that doesn't help either. I do think Cam Grandy is good at tight end. I hope he makes the roster just because I think you can do a lot with him. He's going to catch this pass here. Not that he can do much after the catch, huh? But I don't see why you can't help a football team, especially when so many teams need blockers. I want to be shocked if he got claimed. These blockers are getting paid out there. Oh, yeah. Andrew Coker with the false start, 79. Did they have back-to-back false starts? What was the play? Well, there was a series where there was a couple of penalties in a row. I think they got called on delay game, maybe. Okay, we got a blitz here we got to pick up. He recognizes it very early. You see how quickly his eyes go over to Coker at right tackle just to think like, man, this is a weird rush by 96. They must be twisting. And he goes and picks up 99. I think Charlie Jones messes this play up, though, by the way. I don't know if we ever got a chance to talk about it. And I know Browning didn't probably get it where he wants it to be. But in this zone like this, I think he just wanted Charlie Jones to sit. And Charlie was still running. The only reason he stopped is because the ball's coming this way. So little things like that, I think, still get Charlie Jones once in a while. But you could see just right there, he looks to the sideline right away, too. There's 3 defenders. There's here, and then there's a guy right down here. The window for Browning is like that, right? So I think Browning's off a little. If he's here, maybe that ball is still caught, but Charlie Jones was running. He was still going. So as much as people got on Browning about that play, you see him look directly to the sideline. I think he just wanted you to turn in that open area and sit down. All right, let's see what happens. Here's a pass play. This is that fumble that got reversed. I would assume based on a weird rush again that we got a stunt, right? No. 96 is a weird rusher then. Did you see the way that started? He looked like directly outside. Maybe that's part of the fake. But Rivers has him. He's got him locked up. I mean, he is mirroring. This is one of his better pass protection reps. He's with him the whole way. And that ball gets picked up, and I'm not going to watch a guy run down there. Oh, they didn't even film it. They said, it didn't count anyways. All right, another pass play here. We need some time. He tries to double swipe. Oh, good job. And then throw him off and get to the twist. Hey, Rivers, that's a great play. He seems heady. He played a lot at Miami. That was one of the things people really liked about him. Seemed like a smart dude when people interviewed him at the Senior Bowl, I want to say, whatever the All-Star game was. I don't think it was East-West Shrine. I think it was a Senior Bowl. There, though, I think the center needed your help a little bit. Because he looked over. No. Rahm can't handle that. And then Jackson Kirkland on the other side gets beat inside. That's the first incredible catch by Mitchell Tinsley. It's a good job by Browning, though, to evade that rush, drift a little bit, and just lay it up there. Risky throw, but sometimes you have to do that, right? Another pass rep. Let's see that. He moved really well to get out there because he's got to get out there pretty far. The swipe does not hit. He locks him up, one hand on the back, one on the shoulder, and we're getting out of there. It's a positive rep again. Browning bringing Brooks up here because we have two guys in the A gap, two linebackers in the A gap. So you got to have enough. If you're going to take him, you're going to take him. That means Rivers is going to take that defensive tackle. Let's see if those guys come. They do not come. So adjust. Neither of them came. We got a twist. And Rivers tried to Rivers is trying to give you this guy here and trying to say, hey, he's yours here. Here, he's yours. I got this guy. And he quickly adjusts, flips those hips, and takes 95. Big catch down the field for Kendrick Pryor, who's been on the roster forever. So shout out to Kendrick Pryor. I wonder if we can look up most played preseason games in the Zach Taylor era. Bet you Kendrick Pryor's up there. Easy play. Touchdown. Fade. Ball. Go ball. Back shoulder to Mitchell Tinsley, who, man, full extension. Turn the body. It's a great place. All the catches. All of his catches were so good. I mean, guys score multiple touchdowns in preseason games all the time around the league. They don't often look like that. That's why everyone noticed. That's why I was on Sports Center. Good job doing your thing again. So the Bengals get the turnover right, and then they go right back to Mitchell Tinsley. But Rivers here, just punch, get a hand on 97, just stun him a little bit, and look over to the right. Let me see if my man over there needs help. Does he? I'm just going to lock him up one-handed and help out my center. Jeez. Yes. I love good blocks and good catches back to back. Same play. I like what Rivers did there in that first half. He gave up zero pressure. So, we're not going to end up seeing him get beat here. He had a couple of losses in phase one and then recovered in the first half. And then the rest, second quarter, I think he was lights out. So this is a lost rep in the run game. That D tackle, he stacked him. His eyes are right on Taj. And it's forcing the running back to bounce it out wide. Just because your guy doesn't make the tackle in the run game doesn't mean, you couldn't do a little better there. So we could have gotten a little bit better of Jalen Rivers there. He plays kind of tall, I think is what it is. That's why a couple times where you really see him get low, it looks like he generates that power. Coach is probably telling him the same. Get low. What do we think? We think it's a run? Yes, we do. And that's a much better block this time out of Rivers. He held him. He's driving him. He got a couple yards of push. 51's getting up, shaking his head like, nope, not around here, partner. We'll take our 4 yards. Tanner McLaughlin, 84 over there. See if he does anything. We might check in on him on the run block. We also get a chance to look at Grandy on the edge here trying to block. He's getting walked into this hole, but you can see the hole, right? If you can keep your guys sealed, you can keep your guys sealed, and you can walk this guy inside a little bit. Brooks can get through there. I'd like these holes to be a little bit bigger, but you can get through that. We'll take a solid 4-yard gain again, but especially on short yardage, especially if that's for a first down. So we'll take 4 yards. It's a quality run. Everyone seemed to do their job at an adequate level there. We still are in 12 personnel with Grandy and McLaughlin. And we got a screen pass to Taj Brooks. So we're inviting the rush in here. So if you have questions about what was happening, you're trying to wall these guys off just enough. And then we're going to get out in space. Let's see if Rivers, keep our eyes on Rivers here to see if he can wall this guy off a little bit. Yeah, just stick that arm out there. Rivers runs like he's been playing in the league for 8 years. Maybe 12 years. Again, I'm like, he's getting out there. Let's get it, just 2 more clicks. And like when he's latched on, these guys are trying to move him around and trying to yank him and pull him. It's not working. Taj Brooks gets called for the, is this Taj? No, it's not. That's 32. Oh yeah, he missed completely. That whole time I thought that was Taj Brooks when I watched it the first time. It's not. Is that Kendall Milton? Gary Brightwell? I haven't memorized their numbers. I think that's Brightwell. 32. Little overextension on Rivers here. He gets, to the outside, but again, ball's out and he's recovering. Not a catch, huh? Kendrick Pryor. I think Rivers is still offensive tackle number 4 because you may need him to be. I wonder if he's not, who is. Is it Jackson Kirkland because he can play a lot of positions? Is it Devin Cochran? Again, this is a better angle of what was happening earlier with these, how he's passing them off to the center and just really sticking with him and then peeking over towards his right tackle to make sure his right tackle, does he need help? This gives us a good angle. He's keeping that one hand on the shoulder, arm area, and then peeking around. That's a good play. I think they said that wasn't caught, right? If I remember correctly. Good play to stay alive, though. Let me go back. Okay, so this guy is the one that makes him decide to cut it back and not really having a lot to choose from here for the running back. He's got this backside, really needs to wash these guys down and get them down if you really want to cut back lane there, and they really don't. That's not on Rivers at all. He's trying to go up and get the linebacker. The play is supposed to be flowing that way, so he's attempting to get to that shoulder, and the play just cuts back behind him. Must be in the fourth quarter now. Camera flip around. Ooh, that's a weird hit. I thought he blew him up, but it just looked like his foot stuck in the ground, huh? And then he just jumped. No notes on Rivers there. He's making it look pretty easy at this point. He's got a guy directly over him, though, inside. Same. There we go. There's a little help. There's a help for your right tackle. Go over. Yeah, you want to jump? Make jumpers pay. Again, he's not being tested too much here. They keep slanting these D linemen towards the center, these interior defensive linemen. Now we got 5 guys on the line here. If the linebacker comes, let's see. Goes out and gets a hand on 96, sees that 46 is coming over, picks up 46. Everyone's shifting down, everyone picking it up on the interior. Good job. And then Tanner Hudson with the nice hands catch and reaching for the first down. Good job by the interior offensive line, all 3 guys there. "12 personnel, under center again." We get to watch these tight ends a little bit. Hey, this is a good run. This is Kendall Milton, right? 32 is Brightwell, 36 is Milton. So as he sees here, I got to say this is McLaughlin. This defender has outside positioning. Riley's going to end up with outside positioning here, I believe. You're going to see, I want to say that's what's going to happen here is we're going to get a cut back that way. Yes. And then run through an arm tackle. Bang. Again. Drag him. Keep churning. Keep churning. I thought Kendall Milton ran really well. Like, I don't know that they're going to keep 4, but they might keep Brightwell and Milton on the practice squad. If you're only going to keep 3 active, might as well keep 2 on the practice squad just in case. But I thought he ran really well. Hey, there we go. We got Rivers coming off his block here to get to the linebacker. Eyes on Rivers as he and Coker are going to hit that guy. And then Rivers is going to climb up and get Duke Riley 45. And then Brightwell's running completely outside. I thought he could have followed that block much better. Those guys had a good hand on it. Again, we're running right off the back of Rivers here. Let's go back to about right there. He's going to go block 71, 77, 71 at the nose and hold him just enough to allow the running back to split through. He a little bit on that play. All right, we got a pass protection play, and we've got a spin move. This might be our next loss of the night. We haven't had one in a while. We're getting outside. Hand ended up grabbing. Oh, yeah, he clapped that hand right here. Now, if the lineman, after a spin, young lineman out there, this hand needs to knock this hand down. If you can knock that down, you're going to get there. And it looks like he may have. Yeah, because it's on the other side of it. Man, if it wasn't picked up by 66, good job, 66. Is that Rain? That's a loss, though. That's a loss for Jalen Rivers in pass protection. Did not give up a pressure, but did have some losses. Wasn't perfect. I don't know. What do you consider perfect? Is it no pressures given up or no losses given up? No losses is perfect. This is a no-hitter, but it's not a perfect game, right? That's the difference there. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting some guys to the ground here in short yardage situation. Let's go back a little bit. He tries to go outside. Go ahead. That was Grandy on the ground. I was wondering where he came from. Grandy's coming from the other side to get the unblocked guy. Oh, he takes him out completely. No gain, though. So they're going to quick get in there. I think this is the QB sneak play. Let's watch Rivers. He's low. Yeah, right behind him. Nice drive. Good job, interior. Stuber, Rame, Rivers. All right, run for Kendall Milton, 8 yards, right tackle. So let's see here. Oh, it doesn't look like it's going to start right tackle. Anytime you see this guy going running back on this side, I tend to think run this way. So let's see. Oh, we're pulling it. Yeah, pulling Rivers. Yeah, we're going to take on 46. We got a big lane there. And he just trucked. Man, he trucked that defensive lineman. That's why I like Milton. I don't know if anyone else is doing that. Yeah, Pirine's got a little bit of power to him, but he doesn't have the speed to convert it into like functional power all the time. Milton has got some size and power to him. Let's watch Rivers here. We got a pass play. Good job. Did just enough. Pressure did come from somebody else. Oh, Raim got murdered. Let's watch the center. Oh, gosh. What a head slap. Wham. And then a rip with it. 66, 65. Somebody look that up for me. We're looking at waiver claims here. Helpful one play. Maybe I'll go check PFF, see what he graded on the day. 66 was some violence in those hands. Where is he? You didn't keep him out there? You take him off the field right away? All right. Milton, right tackle for 2 yards, this is. So we should get this coming behind. I mean, they both did what they had to do and got their guy. You only got 2 out of this, huh? See, these are the decisions why he's probably not playing more, right? Like, we paused it here. Dude, just run. Just run. 47 is going to get you, so what? This guy's got this outside positioning. You don't want to go out there. If anything, this guy's probably got to respect that Browning's got to go. Maybe not really, but if anything, you go this way and the tight end might come off and grab 47. At least get a hand on him to slow him down. That's a terrible run. For all your power and speed, dude, just run. Just go straight. And I say this after he's had a couple of runs where he didn't make good decisions, but that wasn't one of them. Good getting out there. Yeah. I like when you can see him at the snap. Get out there, get a punch, jump set, get those hands on him. Guy doesn't get anything. Back shoulder ball does not get caught. It's that Jamoy Mays. We're getting down to the last few plays now. Quick pass. Nothing for Rivers there as he's just protecting his area, helping out the center and tackle if they need it. Rivers gets the false start here. I think multiple players jump, but let's watch. This is the play I was talking about. I think there was 2 plays in a row. I mean, both guys go at the same exact time. Even the running back went. So maybe the center, that's on Raim more than anything. Yeah, 2 plays in a row because now Browning's going to get the false start. No. Why did Browning get it? Hudson just ran. Oh, preseason. And now we get a Jake Browning sack. Let's see where it came from. I don't remember this play. This is when I start to tune out during the regular broadcast. 98 wants to go right through Rivers. I remember this play now from the side angle because I do remember this play because I think Rivers is doing a great job of anchoring and sinking his butt, and he was kind of hopping towards Browning, and Browning just loses his mind in the pocket here. He just ducks and puts his head down, takes a sack. He just turtled. And maybe no one's open downfield or whatever, but he doesn't have that escapability that that Joe Burrow does. So that's a film review of Jaylen Rivers, rookie 5th round pick at right guard, playing his first game at right guard. Remember, like I said, he's a left tackle, left guard in college. He's played now left tackle, right guard. I don't know if he's played left guard in camp. I actually haven't asked that, but he had to take first team reps in practice this week as Lucas Patrick is still coming back, and the Bengals have not signed Dalton Reisner as of this recording. I hope it still gets done. Stop fighting over pennies and get a capable player that can start for you and potentially upgrade this offensive line. But I thought Rivers did well. It's a nice game to watch there and get excited and get back on the Jalen Rivers train that he can be a good player for this team. And maybe Scott Peters just knows what he's doing on this offensive line. The Bengals play the Colts next to finish off preseason Saturday, 1 o'clock. So we'll have 2 film reviews at least next week on Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. Until next time, Who Dey?